Tour Divide, mile 1709. I'm in Breckenridge, Colorado. I got here earlier today after taking a full day off. After yesterday's horrible day, not being able to pedal, the bike broke down, I broke down, I lost the bromance. I limped into Silverthorne, which is a town just 16, 18 miles from here. And got there like 8 or 9, got a room at a hotel, and poured myself a whiskey and fell asleep. Like hardly had a sip and fell asleep, and I was out. Anyway, Silverthorne is where I slept last night. So I let myself sleep in, and which is like till 8, but no alarm. I've been getting up at 5:15. Richie will be like, "Hey, good morning, princess, good morning," and shake the tent, and you're like, "Oh my god!" And then we'll be riding by 6 or 6:30. So sleeping till 8 was a luxury. I like lay in bed for a little longer, and then I went and got breakfast, and I didn't even eat it in the common area. I just took it to my room, 2 cups of coffee and a bunch of food, and ate in my room, and looked at maps, and was just really happy. I asked for a late checkout. I was like, I am taking a day off. My body needs it. Just down the street, my mind needed it. Just down the street was a bike shop. What was like a mountain sports store. I think that was actually what it was called, was Mountain Sports. But I had some work. I'd work, and it included getting my front brake pads replaced in wherever that town was, Steamboat Springs. And that was like, I don't know, the day before yesterday. And ever since then, it should be simple. I pried the brake pads apart and recentered them and tried to make them work again, but everything was pulling and just making my life miserable. So we camped, and the next day was yesterday. Anything that wasn't downhill was just hard, and I couldn't tell if it was my body dragging, which certainly was, or my bike dragging, which certainly was. So I don't know. Anyway, before I get to Silverthorne, I pulled out the brake pads, and then I don't know if that's when one of the little caliper things broke off, and then all my brake fluid fell out, and then my rotor started rubbing. So I just pulled the rotor off and the front brake off, and I found out on the Tour Divide you don't really need front brakes. And then you got, there goes your rolling resistance too. So anyway, but I was still beat from the whole experience. So I literally limped into Silverthorne, got the room, and then took the day off. And that was, I just basically got a new front brake, which really sucks because that was $100 and whatever dollars. So I went from the SRAM guide, which is, I don't know if it's me or the brake, but it's giving me grief. Rear brake is, I've changed it out twice now, and I think I'm on the 3rd time with the pads, so I don't know if it's just really sensitive to grit. It's a high-performance brake, but I don't think that maybe I should have high-performance things. So I got a Shimano XT on the front, which is a good brake too, but I've always had really good luck with it on my other bikes, so we will see. Consumer report to follow. Anyway, got all that done, got laundry done, ate food, felt great. Got rolling in the mid-afternoon, and Silverthorne's a nice town, but Breckenridge is way nicer. See, this is Breckenridge. So I decided to bike. It was like 18 miles. And I biked here, and what was really cool is my friends Dan and Amanda that I knew from Alaska, who have moved to Golden, which is an hour away, came and met me for dinner. So they came like from an hour. They drove an hour to have dinner with me. And it really raised my spirits. I was so excited. So we did that. I found a B&B called Fireside Inn. It's run by Nikki and Andy, I think. and they're a Brit couple, and they've lived here 18 years, and they're super nice, and they got this quaint little house with all these rooms and places, and it's a hostel slash B&B. They're like, well, breakfast is included and so is laundry, so give us your clothes. I'm like, well, I just did laundry. They're like, well, give us the clothes you wrote here in. And I'm like, okay, I guess. And I'm like, well, what am I going to go to dinner in? And like, well, we have a box of clothes. Like I think you call it a hiker's box. So they have a box of clothes and a box of food, and you just take what you need, and you leave what you need. I think you're supposed to give the clothes back. But anyway, I got this dress. I'm going to give it back. Anyway, let's check it out. Isn't that pretty? Like, I went to dinner in this pretty dress and pretty thongs, and now I'm walking around town in this pretty little thing. And Laurel Brady, I'm really sorry about that shot of armpit hair. I know Laurel would be saying, Joe, I love you, but no. Jill, no, that's too much. Anyway, Laurel Brady, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, Laurel Brady. Anyway, so anyway, I'm feeling great. Who knows what will happen tomorrow. I'm going to try to get back in my regimen, 100-mile days. If I do that for 10 days, I think I'm going to be done this thing. And all my friends are 100 miles ahead of me, but I don't really care anymore. I'll see them again. I really will. And there's friends behind me that are going to catch me, like friends from early on. So, they'll come in. Some friends leave and some friends come in your life. So, anyway, speaking of friends, I wanted to tell you, I've been meaning to tell you forever. Today's like day 19. Dan and Amanda visited me, and I didn't tell you about day 10 at a Butte when my friend Natalie came to visit me. She was watching my tracker. She lives in Big Sky, Montana. I had stayed in Butte. She's like, I'm watching your tracker. You're doing awesome. I'm going to find you today. And I'm like, okay. And I just thought she'd show up at like a restaurant or somewhere where I was, having a break. Instead, the second pass of that day was that Fleecer Ridge. I told you about it, the one we bombed down. Anyway, it was like a really hard pass. We had to push, bike, push. Got to the top. I'm hanging out with a few folks. And this woman is riding up on this, nice full suspension bike with this trail dog that looks awesome. I'm like, oh man, that looks like dogs I see in Alaska. And everyone's like, wow, look at that lady, she's getting after it. Like, we've come up a really hard pass, and we know the descent is even harder. And there's a woman just biking up it. So anyway, she gets to the top, and she goes, hey, Jill! And I'm like, oh my God, it's Natalie. Natalie has come up Fleecer Ridge the hard way, a little training ride for her, and met us at the top. So I'm like, well, you're going to turn around and bomb down? And we bombed down, and I think, I told you, there weren't very many people that rode it, and we just, took over and charged down the mountain. Natalie's training for this big, 100-mile, I think it's called the Butte 100. So she was just like, well, that was just my warm-up. I'm going to go bike some more after this. That was nothing. So we're like, really cool. Anyway, she came there, and then came to Wise River, and she brought whiskey from her fiance Phil, and I was like, I couldn't take the whiskey, Phil. I couldn't take the whiskey, Phil. The rules say that you can't take help from friends. So I didn't take the whiskey. I was out of Canadian whiskey, and I really needed the whiskey. So instead, I filled my flask with Jack Daniels. It was the only thing that they sold in the little bottle, as we call in Canada, a Mickey. So I've been drinking. Well, I haven't really been drinking much of it. So it's lasted me since Montana. So anyway, those are my stories. This is my dress. Ooh. Better than a garbage bag. And tomorrow I get back after it. So, face is looking great. I haven't shaved my legs in 19 days. Where are my armpits? I'm sorry, Laurel Brady. I'm really sorry. Anyway, Colorado is really wicked. If you don't have to bike, it's even wickeder. So, I will see you guys tomorrow, or the next day, or whenever. If you notice, I've done some work on my face. So it's coming along. Hello, Colorado.